In 1944, in the middle of World War II, the world met inside a small hotel in Bretton Woods, New Hampshire, USA. What they decided in that meeting would shape the global economy for the next 80 years. It created the IMF, the World Bank, and most importantly made the US dollar the center of the world's financial system. This is the story of how Bretton Woods changed everything. Before Bretton Woods, the world economy was in chaos. The Great Depression, currency collapses, trade wars, and 2 world wars destroyed global trust. Countries manipulated their currencies. Inflation was out of control. International trade collapsed. The world realized something. If countries didn't cooperate, the global economy would keep collapsing. So in July 1944, 44 nations gathered to design a brand new financial order. For 3 weeks, more than 700 delegates from all over the world gathered at the Mount Washington Hotel. 2 economists led the negotiations: John Maynard Keynes, United Kingdom, and Harry Dexter White, United States. Both wanted stability, but they disagreed on who should lead the system. The U.S., which held 2/3 of the world's gold reserves, had the strongest bargaining power, and it used that power to shape the new financial system. The conference, known as United Nations Monetary and Financial Conference, produced 3 major decisions. 1. U.S. dollar becomes the anchor of the global system. Every country fixed its currency value to the U.S. dollar, and the U.S. promised to convert dollars into gold at $35 per ounce. This meant dollar equals as good as gold. 2. Creation of the International Monetary Fund, IMF. The IMF was born to stabilize exchange rates, provide emergency loans, prevent another Great Depression. 3. Creation of the World Bank. Originally designed to rebuild Europe and Asia after the war, it later became a development bank for the world. Under Bretton Woods, countries kept their currencies stable. The U.S. dollar became the global reserve currency. Trade and investment became predictable, and global financial crises became less frequent. For the next 25 years, the world experienced booming economic growth, rapid reconstruction, and massive expansion of global trade. This period is often called the Golden Age of capitalism. But the system had a weakness. It depended entirely on the U.S. holding enough gold. By the 1960s, America spent heavily on the Vietnam War, funded social programs, and printed more money than it had gold. Countries started demanding gold in exchange for dollars. Gold reserves drained rapidly. In 1971, President Richard Nixon announced the U.S. would no longer convert dollars into gold. This event, called the Nixon Shock, officially ended Bretton Woods. Global currencies began floating freely, creating the system we use today. Even though Bretton Woods collapsed, its legacy continues. The IMF and World Bank still shape global finance. The U.S. dollar remains the world's reserve currency. Global trade still depends on policies designed in 1944. Many countries still price commodities like oil in dollars. Bretton Woods didn't just create a financial system. It created the economic order of the modern world. This is the story of Bretton Woods, how one meeting in a hotel changed the world economy forever. If you want more simple and engaging videos on global economic history, don't forget to subscribe.